Alright, Planeswalkers, welcome! I'm Mike, Shinobi Mystic, your host here on Mystic Miniatures Forge. And today, we're going through the Mountain Climber episode. This game objective, the primary objective, is to start in the start zone there's one team, Team A, red team, blue team, and then there's a red team which starts on the other side, to go down across underneath the bridge, turn at the waterfall, and then walk up these steps, go across the bridge, and then start the descent up to the top of the mountain of Heroescape tiles. My goal was to make, and I've got like a star badge at the top of the mountain, was to see how many tiles I have, see what kind of large structure I could make, and when I think about today's battle, I ask myself, where does this mystical adventure take place? And I turn to you, my friend. I tell you to reach for any red deck that you have. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm hitting the microphone. Reach into it and grab a mountain card. The basic mountain. Whatever core set mountain you got, that's where I want this battle to happen. I want it to happen on the most basic mountain that you got in your red deck. That's where it happens. Somewhere when you open that deck and you saw that mountain, you said, what kind of adventures could happen there? This happens there, my friend. Alright. Hello, Planeswalkers! It's Mike, Shinobi Mystic, your host here on Mystic Miniatures Forge. And today is a very super special day, because it is the final fight of the mountain, the basic mountain. As we approach, we did the qualifying rounds, we did the semifinals, and now the final battle for the mountain is about to commence here on Mystic Miniatures Forge. So, who is going to battle today? We have in the blue corner the reigning champion, Nahiri the Lithomancer, the master of stone, fury incarnate. The core has lived lifetimes, and as a testament to stone and the mountain itself, Nahiri will remain. In the red corner, we have the new contestant, where if you think of Nahiri as old and ancient, well, this one is technologically advanced and modern and futuristic. We have Turbo Magnus! It's turbo time! Now, the victory players will reach the summit and survive, and they will take turns trying to get up to climbing up the mountain. They will face both environmental as well as opponent-based challenges along the way. So, let us roll to see who goes first. Nahiri rolls and gets a 7. I love 7. 7 days of the week, 7 planets in our solar system is a beautiful thing. Turbo Magnus rolls and gets 15. Looks like Turbo Magnus is off to the races. Activating thrusters. Drawing spell cards for both Planeswalker characters. And Turbo Magnus leads the charge. That one's Turbo Magnus. Turbo Magnus is at the base of the mountain. He looks. He maybe uses his robotic eyes. He's like calculating. Windsor Spectre initiated. There it is, everybody. Time to get up there, buddy. So, oh crap, there he was. Turbo Magnus encounters Wildlife. The Wildlife attack. Summon 3 2/2 green wolf creature tokens. Up to 5 clear site spaces from the current player figure. Oh man. Let's see here. I'll summon these 3 wolf creature tokens. And let's get him right up in his grill. We're gonna throw him right at Turbo Magnus. So he's not able to move. Now I'm going to say it's his turn. So Turbo Magnus has some things that he's got to think about. Let's see here. Deal 1 damage. Alright, Turbo Magnus is going to summon his trusty ally. Now, Turbo Magnus is a character, kind of reminds me of Turbo Man from Jingle All the Way. That's where I've got inspiration for this. If you think of that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, they were searching for that doll, right? The whole time, action figure. The whole time, and the only one that was available was not the Turbo Man, but his lovable sidekick, Booster. And with the new release of the Heroescape miniatures, I have my Knight Irene, who I painted up as my Booster figure. I'm going to summon Knight Irene right there, and I'm going to that's the hero creature. Now we're going to summon the squad creatures, which are kind of like different versions of Turbo Man. They are like just squad creatures. Maybe they share the same type of technology flight suit that he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, yeah, 5. I'm just gonna set up here, and then I'm gonna put 1 here, and we're gonna do that to be very, very. Yeah, so it's let's see, so yeah, summon, and then it's move and attack. But then before I move, let's play some spells. So the very first spell I'm gonna play, it's this. Pyroclasm. Deal 1 damage to target red creature you control, and each figure without flying that's adjacent to that creature. So Booster, being the good old buddy that he is, gonna give him the 1 damage to target red creature he controls, and then 1 damage to each figure without flying that's adjacent to that creature. So that's these 2 wolves get burned by the Pyroclasm. Tokens in my custom creations only have 1 life. You can be a ginormous token, like a 12/12 flying dragon, but guess what? You're a token, you got 1 life. Yeah, that's all you get. Now, the next, Turbo Magnus, he doesn't like seeing this wolf here, so he's gonna turn and maybe use some static discharge from his suit, create a lightning bolt. 3 damage to target creature, or 1 to a Planeswalker, up to 5 clear site spaces from your Planeswalker. Lightning Bolt, a custom creation by me. I mean, I'm not saying I invented the freaking Lightning Bolt, but the fact that Hasbro didn't include it in the goddamn game. Fail. Anyway, alright, so that is the spell cards I played, and now it is time to move. Therefore, it's Turbo time. Oh. Throwing dice around. The mountain, due to planar energies that exist on the mountain, the players must roll the 20-sided die. The result determines their success and whether or not they'll be able to. I have no idea what that dice was. Oh, here it is. target acquired. Their result determines the success of 1 through 5. They're unable to fly and can move normally. 6 through 15, a partial movement with flying, rounded up. And then 16 through 20, they may fly successfully. 12. 6 through 15, a partial success. So, Turbo Man may choose to fly. However, I think what I'm going to do with Turbo Man is just move him normally. Turbo Man has a move of 6. 1, a 2, a 3. And if you notice, Turbo Man landed on this little piece of cardboard. What is that piece of cardboard, you may ask? Well, if you haven't watched any of the other videos in my series, that piece of cardboard is an artifact card. Strategically placed on the mountain landscape is artifacts that can help the players achieve their goal of climbing the mountain. So, or survive the environmental hazards of the mountain, which obviously I wanted the mountain to be its own kind of entity. Turbo Magnus picks up steady footing. It helps with wind gust checks. Until end of turn, figure gets +2 on their roll. So that was a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, and then 6 would be here, but Turbo Magnus will go right there. That is the end of Turbo Magnus's turn, and now it's back to you, Nahiri, in the studio. What happened? There we go. Is that? Yeah, that looks great. Yeah. Nahiri, the Lithomancer. So, draw a spell card for Nahiri. I'm just reviewing her spell cards to see if there's anything that is helpful. Okay. Nahiri. She looks and sees these jets flying. She hears these jet propulsion engines as the turbo guys are trying to fly and everything. She's like, nothing I can't handle. So let's see. She's going to summon the core aeronaut captain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she can see that. Can she see this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she can see that. Capitan. Oh, I forgot to draw for the event deck. Let's do that first, because this could make or break everything. Oh shit, Nahiri. A rival climber is racing to the top of the summit. He passes by. Move your figure back 2 spaces. Well, guess what? Here at the edge of the table, there's nowhere else to go. Therefore, he just runs by. And this does nothing. Back to where I was, summoning my figures. Creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to summon up my squad of Cabal Warriors. The Cabal Warrior lands on a piece of cardboard. Alright, that piece of cardboard translates to an artifact that's on the board, and it looks like it's a piece of rope. Sacrifice this artifact until end of turn. Figure gets +2 on their climbing rolls or balance checks. Alright. Now, it's time for Nahiri to take the mountain. Nahiri has a dumbass move of 4. However, she is the Lithomancer and is able to use Pass Through Stone. After moving, but before the first time each turn, you may move her to a space of equal terrain elevation within 4 clear side spaces. If you do, roll the 20-sided die. I'm going to move Nahiri a 1, a 2, a 3. Now I roll the 20-sided die. She got an 8. I still get to pass through the stone, so she moves 4. 1, 2, 3. It's too bad you guys can't see bad at home because she's going around the corner now. Can you see my fingy? And when she does that, I got an 8. 2 through 15. Nothing happens. Nothing. That is the end of Nahiri's turn, and now it is back to Turbo Magnus. Alright. Drawing a spell card for Turbo Magnus. Turbo Magnus is going to apply a hidden enchantment to himself. Now, I'm going to select an army card. I am going to be Turbo Magnus. And I'm going to draw from the event deck. The mountain deck, like I like to call it. They're event cards. The subtype, instead of being like an enchantment or sorcery, it's an event. A snowstorm, actually. Snowstorm has 2 effects. The first one, you roll the 6-sided die to determine range change, right? If it's 1 through 3, snowstorm limits visibility, reducing range by 2 hexagons. 4 through 6, nothing happens. However, Turbo Magnus isn't near anybody, so to roll for range, it don't mean nothing. So, so you basically use 2 dice, a 6-sided die for what would be range, and then you use the 20-sided die to see if it limits movement. 1 through 9, you lose 1 movement point. 10 through 20, no penalty. Turbo Magnus rolled a perfect 20, so there is no penalty, and the snowstorm was the pretty kind of snow. Alright, Turbo Magnus, he looks around, he's like, whoa, did that lady just pass through stone? Alright, let's try to see if we can engage circuits for flight. So he begins to roll up his mechanisms, and he rolls a 20-sided die. He got a 5, and that means the flight fails, and the unit may only move normally. So Turbo Magnus starts whirling up his engines. Nope, not this time. The planar energies are stopping me. So Turbo Magnus just goes on foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. And now Turbo Magnus is hanging out underneath the bridge, and he's getting ready to just whoosh, fly up to the top. So that is the end of Turbo Magnus's turn. Back to Nahiri. Those buttons, a bunch of buttons, clicking, clickety, click, clack, clank. Nahiri draws a spell card. Alright, so Nahiri is going to, I'm just looking at her cards. I'm gonna hidden enchant Nahiri. Now let's see, does his thing have? Okay. So Nahiri goes to enchant herself, and so Nahiri is trying to use Stone Will. Enchanted Planeswalker has +2, while it has 4 more damage markers on it, but Turbo Magnus uses a Mind Static Hidden Enchant Planeswalker. Flip it over next time an opponent plays a spell card. Counter target spell unless its controller returns a squad creature to its owner's reserve. Therefore, she will return this creature back to her reserve so she doesn't have to lose out on that spell. We are going to select an army card, and that will be the core Aeronaut Captain. Ready for flight. We're going to draw from the event deck. And damn, not only did we get a snowstorm on the other side of the mountain, but it looks like the winds have shifted, and there's a snowstorm localizing over here as well. I'm not going to roll a 6-sided die for any range effects, but we are sure as hell going to roll the 20-sided die for any movement terrain penalties. Rolling the 20-sided die, we got a 14. So it's 10 through 20? No. Penalty. Wow! Okay. Core Aeronaut Captain. He looks around. He sees the snow kind of fall. He's like, I'm ready for this. So we roll the 20-sided die for that flight check. 1. The flight fails, and the unit may only move normally. Therefore, the core Aeronaut Captain isn't flying. He is just gonna walk. So he begins to walk. I'm just gonna change you guys' angle. Alright, let's see. Okay, so the captain. A 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll throw him back there. 6. So along the way, not that piece of cardboard, the captain picks up this piece of cardboard, and that is a ladder. It's a ladder. Well, Mike, what does a ladder do in your game? Well, it's an artifact, and if you sacrifice this artifact, sacrifice being the fastest thing in the game, until end of turn, when climbing up or down elevation levels of terrain, that figure may double their height. Wow. Well, wait, what does that mean? Oh, here, I'll show you over here with the guy that we unsummon, right? So, for example, if we're over here, and this guy was swimming, and he jumped out and he landed here. If he wanted to climb up here, could he do that? No! He can't! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is taller than he is. This is higher than he is tall. Therefore, he can't ever climb up here. So guess what he needs? A ladder. If he uses the ladder, his height has now doubled. Therefore, it will be 8 hexes tall. And he'll be able to climb it. Heck, he'll even be able to climb this one, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Oh, is it 8? And then it takes that extra 1. And then you're up there, so it's like 9? I don't know. If anybody can tell me, that'd be great. Alright, what was I doing? Get back in the reserve. So, that is the core Aeronaut Captain. He has moved underneath the bridge, and now it's back to Turbo Magnus. Turbo Magnus draws a spell card. He's like, my hidden enchantment failed. Ooh. That card won you the last game, didn't it? Alright. Now we're going to draw the card from the event deck, and it is Climb. When figures moving up and down elevation must roll the 6-sided die. 1 to 2, figure slips, loses movement point, and stays in place. I haven't been doing the stay in place part, because I want the game to keep going, not take 10 years. And then the 3 through 6, the figure climbs successfully. So I'm just going to leave that off to the side. So figures that move up elevation are going to be subject to that climbing effect. I need something to drink. The Turbo Magnus now. Just looking at spell cards real fast. Let's see. I'm going to play a spell card. Last Thoughts. Draw a card. When one or more creatures dealt damage this turn. Oh, if you read the card, it explains the card. But, so I don't really get to draw the card, but what I am going to do is cipher it. You may exile this spell encoded on a creature you control whenever that creature deals combat damage to a Planeswalker. Its controller may cast a copy of the encoded spell. I guess I'll encode it on this guy. I'll put like a little marker. I know I got a little star on the guy. Alright, it's encoded on that guy. I don't know why I did all that. I thought I was going to just draw a card. Alright, I'm going to be Turbo Magnus because he's getting close to the base of the mountain. Now it's time. I know I did the other snowstorm. Alright, let's do this. Oh, dude, it's a natural phenomenon. An avalanche occurs and figures on a specified space. Now, specified spaces are supposed to be specified at the beginning of the game, or something like that, or I haven't quite figured this one out. It's just, I'm gonna use my GM powers to shit all over you. So, they take 2 damage, and figures adjacent to that figure take 1 damage. So what I'll do is hit Turbo Magnus for 2 damage. Yeah! So Turbo Magnus takes 2 little jellies, and so now he's down to 5 life. Oh wow, Turbo Magnus gets hit by that avalanche, and he's like, oh, we need to get out of here. He starts to whirl up his mechanical parts. I rolled the 20-sided die, and I got a 13. Well, we all know a 6 through 15 is a partial success. The unit may move half of their flying movement rounded up. Okay, so Turbo Magnus is going to try to make a decision. Does he walk or does he fly? And the answer is, he's going to fly. Alright, get the camera in place. Like that. That'll be better. So he can move because his movement is 6. So he's going to fly 1, a 2, a 3. I know he's there, but I can't see him on the screen. Oh wait, look again. There he is. Oh, I like the way that's framed up with the thing at the bottom. You can't tell me that that this is it the curvature of the damn lens? My plastic isn't that curvy. The hell? Optics, man. Optics. Alright, Turbo Magnus lands there. And thus, he is closer than anyone else to the top of the mountain. Alright. I still haven't drank anything. Alright, that's the end of Turbo Magnus's turn. Now, it's back to Nahiri. I'm gonna draw her spell card and look at it while I slug this down. Okay, that's not a helpful card. Alright. No, I just did that. Okay. back to Nahiri. We're drawing from the event deck. Bam, bam, bam. A rival hiker passes by, racing up the summit. Move your figure back 2 spaces. Hey, what are you doing? 1, a 2. Ooh. Alright, Nahiri is gonna choose to be the one that kept making her win. The core aeronaut captain. So I'm gonna roll the 20-sided die to see if he can fly. A natural 20. The core aeronaut captain may move his entire flight movement. I'm gonna switch the camera so you guys can see with the overhead. Alright, damn. I don't even know if I can see this. I can see the camera. Oh, that's why you guys can't see him. He's underneath here. There he is. I'm here. Alright, so we're gonna move him 6 spaces. And he's able to fly. He overcomes the planar energies of the mountain. Alright, so this would be 1, right? Right where he is, right next to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. He's gonna land right up here. Back that up. Crank it up. Can I see that? The core aeronaut captain. Yeah, everything's like dull. There you go. Now it's too bright. Boop. Come on, man. There's a little tap light on the light, so that's why I keep ramming that thing. Alright, so the core aeronaut captain. He lands here at the top. So actually, me looking from this observable angle, shiitake, it actually looks like the core aeronaut captain does have a higher elevation than Turbo Magnus. He's got to be at least, because if he's on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got to be at least 6 levels higher than Turbo Magnus. Let me swap the camera and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, I'll swap the camera and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there is Turbo Magnus. Right, Turbo Magnus and the mountain. There he is. Then elevation. We're gonna just Turbo Magnus and the core aeronaut captain. See how the captain is up higher than Turbo Magnus? Alright, now it's Turbo Magnus this time. Dang, this thing feels like it's gonna fall apart. Oh, it's because it is. There it is. Oh, that's why it was so loose. Okay. Turbo Magnus. Systems engaged. Alright. Drawing a spell card for Turbo Magnus. Now we take a card from the event deck. Oh my gosh. Wildlife attack! Summon 3 2/2 green wolf for each token. Up to 5 clear side spaces from the current play of figure. Alright. I'm surround him with wolves. Dude got up here, and all of a sudden, wildlife's like. Can you guys see that? Let me get you guys a little bit closer. Look at that stuff. Okay, so Turbo Magnus is kind of in trouble. Okay, so Turbo Magnus doesn't, I was just double checking that he doesn't have like stealth flying, he just has regular flying, which I don't know if I think about it. Yeah, it is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna roll the 20-sided die. Oh, does he want to attack those guys? No, he just wants to get away. If I move, then it's move then attack, not attack the move, so I have to move. So he's gonna see if he can fire up his his turbo turbines. Yeah, turbo turbines. Oh, I forgot to do the climb last time. Shit. I can't believe I forgot to do that. Nerve. Ooh, Turbo Magnus rolled 19. He has a full success. And thus completes the mission. Alright, I'm just going to change the camera a little bit. Let's do this. So Turbo Magnus has a move of 6. And you guys can see that from the overhead top camera. Move of 6. So we've got 1, a 2, a 3. Yes. And there it is. Turbo Magnus is the winner of Mountain Climber. With his jetpack propulsion, he's able to fly to the top of the mountain in no time. Therefore, Turbo Magnus is the ultimate winner of Mountain Climber. This concludes the test. This concludes the test of what? Of me setting up a bunch of Heroescape tiles in my basement and seeing what I could do with it. I wanted to play with a bunch of the junk that I have, especially after... I mean, all these Heroescape tiles are the old style Heroescape tiles. Stuff's all musty, and every time I put it together and take it apart, something breaks. I think that's why I was just so damn excited to get my hands on some brand new Heroescape terrain. Thank you again, Renegade Studios, for coming out with some brand new crap. Super excited to see and use it. Just a fragile plastic that I bought off eBay. I don't know how this stuff was stored. I don't know who kept it. I mean, it always seems like I break something every time I put it together and take it apart. Oh, yeah, that doesn't go there. Alright, you guys. So, Nahiri has been dethroned as the ruler of the mountain. The championship, it goes to our boy, Turbo Magnus. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did putting it all together. I know it won't be the last time I ever try to build some kind of gigantic thing. I'm going to make another video right after this with just some how I made the mountain. I could even go over the different kind of event cards that I had, showing off and showcasing that. Obviously, I played with a bunch of custom creations. I mean, stupid booster. You know, it's like, who the heck is gonna have a booster figure from Jingle All the Way? I don't think that exists anywhere else on planet Earth, as far as I know. Especially for AOTP, maybe HeroScape, but not AOTP. Nobody plays that game. So, alright, you guys. I think we have a victory condition, and we now know kind of the different strength levels. If you do want to play this game, just don't use somebody with flying. I might actually do it one more time and with like a non-flying unit, or maybe just like a base game, a Planeswalker or something. But I have had all this stuff set up since Thanksgiving. It now is March 11th, and I would very much like to clear off my game table, vacuum these carpets, and just clean everything off and start back from fresh so we can get some brand new content here on the channel. But yeah, let me know if you thought this was cool, fun, exciting, different. Not really a lot of combat. The game was never really about combat. I really wanted to make a game that had a different kind of purpose. And the purpose was to navigate through the field, through the terrain. There was a lot of different stuff to interact with. The only other thing I didn't really do was I had some lava field terrain that I was thinking about incorporating. It's just that these old HeroScape rules are just so brutal and unforgiving. So I did think of like a modified version, thanks to my buddy Unhinged Manchild for giving some suggestions about how to possibly do that and not be so nasty as to just like, oh yeah, if you don't roll a 20-sided die, you're fucked. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm thinking, yeah, the rival hiker, the through hiker. I mean, it was really making use of the different kind of customs that I have, and then of course the basic mountain. You know, like where did this game happen? And I'm thinking to myself, oh, what kind of famous mountains are there in Magic the Gathering? And oh, they need to go to this plane, and this happens here, and it's because of this story and that. No. Keep it simple, stupid. All the time, I'm always trying to think about these intricate game stories with these fantastical characters and this and that. Well, you know what? You've already got crazy customs that nobody else has. You don't need to think up of all this crazy bullshit. Just use what you got. And constantly, I always forget what I've got. So, it's so fun and cool to come down here and hang out with all you guys and play with my miniatures and show them off. And not only do I get to play something, but I get to record it and then share with all of you. And if you're a crazy person out there loving miniatures and custom creations and Arena of the Planeswalkers as much as I, yeah, just shout out, join the Discord. You're not alone in your efforts. There are lots of people out there that are doing very similar things. I was pleasantly surprised to know that I wasn't alone in my efforts. So don't ever feel like you're all alone with the types of games or thoughts or feelings that you're having, because we're all in this together. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and that is the conclusion of Mountain Climber.